Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub.
Good.
I'm on a mission to get it all. Ride through the city like Brennan Schaub.
Nikes, welcome to the Big Brown Breakdown.
Now, Brandon,
we're doing
Thick
this right
Boy Schaub.
Bring up 3:30 here, and then bring up Kilian here. We back, baby. Cheers, TikTokies. Cheers, TikTokies. We're good. We're live. Jesus. We made it. We did it, kids. Good Lord. A little bit of technical difficulties here at the Big Brown headquarters. Stuff I can't control. YouTube wouldn't go live, but I could see the chats live. We figured it out. By figuring out means we unplugged a few things and plugged it back in. But here we are. We're here. 11:15. 11:15. Latest we ever started a show here. Since we decided to start going live, what can you do, man? That's technology for you. That's technology. Welcome to the Big Brown Breakdown. I'm trying to be cool. I'm professional. Trying to be cool, man. Trying to be cool. Not trying to rage out on all the electronics right now. Not trying to flip out. Be cool, man. Be cool, because there's a lot to be cool about. You have UFC 330 this weekend in Philadelphia. That card could be better. That card could be better. You got your boy, Kilian Salcido. Oh, my goodness. We're going to get into Kilian. That boy is talented. Let's start with Kilian, Chinster. Let's start with Kilian. Let's get right to it. Salkilld, the man. Kilian Salcido. So, going into this fight, I told y'all I was rooting for Kilian. I was rooting for Kilian because there's a moment in a fighter's career where it's make or break. There's a fork in the road where we knew Kilian was pretty good, right? But he hasn't been crazy tested. He's been passing all the tests like a prospect should, but he hasn't fought a tough test. And so the UFC built him right. They built him right. He's cooking. He's cooking because came off Dana White Contender Series in 2024. God, he's young, man. And then he gets UFC 312, Performance of the Night. Okay, might have something here. Then he wins by decision. Okay. Then Nazarat, KO head kick, crazy KO, Performance of the Night. So he gets a bonus. Jamie Malarkey, okay, tough test in Australia. Boom, Performance of the Night. Dariush, older, longer in the tooth, vet. It's a good test of where he's at. Let's see if he's the real deal. Boom, Performance of the Night. Like, all right, we might have something here. Here's Gamrot, who was he, 24-4, some shit. One of the greatest grapplers in the division. Has a win over Arman Tsarukyan. Tough as they come. He's a guy who's he's always on the cusp of top 2, top 3. Was never able to get over the hump, right? But he's beat some very good guys. Fazeev, keep scrolling up from my chin. Beat Fazeev, RDA. Ribovic is no punk. He just wanted to stay active. Lost to Charles, lost Dan Hooker by split decision, but has some big wins. And is one of the greatest grapplers the UFC has ever seen. A true test, especially for Kilian, especially for a young prospect. And this is where the UFC goes, all right, you've got Performance of the Nights. You got a little bit of momentum. Let's actually see what you got. When this fight was announced, I didn't love it. I thought it was too much too soon. I was like, man, what's he going to do? He has to keep it on the feet. Kilian, I apologize. I wasn't familiar with your game, young man. What? You're world class on the ground, son? I knew your striking was badass. I knew you were pretty savvy on the ground. I didn't know you could keep up with Gamrot in wrestling and scrambling. Top 3 scramblers in the lightweight division? Easily. Gamrot, top 3. Remember, beat Arman Tsarukyan. This dude can wrestle his ass off. So I'm watching the fight. Kilian hits him, right? Boom, starches him on the feet. He drops. I'm like, no, stand back up. Stand back up. Gamrot shoots, does his thing in the scram. Like, God, Kilian, get out of the dude. Get it back to the feet. And then even when he had him in the knee bar, I wasn't too worried because Gamrot wasn't controlling the other leg, so they can usually finagle the way out of it. If he has control of both legs, now Kilian be screwed. Maybe not screwed, but he'd be in a lot more trouble. And then I'm like, all right, now you get out, scramble out, dude. Get back to your feet, get back to stand up. Nope. He went right into the fire, right into the mouth of the fire, and just out-scrambled him, out-grappled him, got his back, submitted him. I mean, top 3 performances in 2026. Number 1 would be Patty BSD. That's like a epic proportion. Obviously, we had to let down the Conor card, but that was the passing of the torch, right? Conor to Patty. Patty steals that show, beats BSD. Insane. So that's probably your number 1 performance. Justin Ilia's up there, but this Kilian Salcido versus Gamrot's right, top 3. Top 3. Because, again, there's not a better time as a fan of mixed martial arts, especially in the UFC, when you have a young prospect and he's surging through the lower ranks. He's surging. And then he gets his first tough test. Dariush, older, but he's younger. Let's see what happens. Passes that with flying colors. And then they give him Gamrot. And even I was like, buddy, I don't like this. And my God, like I said, Kilian, I wasn't familiar with your game, young man. I didn't know that you fancy yourself a world-class grappler scrambler. My God, young man. Oh, we're cooking. Because if you're a guy like Hoofy, which y'all are going to discover at that UFC in Los Angeles, he's going to get ragdolled. Can he win by flying knee or some bullshit like that? Sure, it's MMA. But in general, he's going to get 50-45. He can't grapple. He can't. His fight against BSD was a shit show. Grappling's not his forte. There's not enough hours in the day to make up for it. So his ceiling's here, right? It's not all the way up. His ceiling's going to be here. Depending on what matchups they give him, if he does get lucky with a flying knee or something like that, he might get by a few guys, but he's not going to be a dominant champion. That's not possible. You have to have grappling in your arsenal to get that done, especially at the lighter weight classes. Hoofy just doesn't have that. All good, still exciting, still like him. Exciting matchups for him. Will never be world champion unless there's certain matchups. If he does become champion, he's not going to hold that belt for long because he can't grapple. Kilian, I thought, really explosive striker, good distance, good range management, okay grappler, sufficient, but not world class. The fight against Gamrot, I went, oh shit. And then you start thinking, right, what he did to Gamrot is wild. And then you start thinking, in the division, who's a bad matchup for him? After watching that, after out grappling, out maneuvering, out wrestling, out transitionals, all that in the scrambles, he beat Gamrot in all that. Who's a bad matchup for him? Love to hear it. Armin lost to Gamrot. And Salkilld has way better striking. Way better. Who else you got? Charles Oliveira? That's a fun one. I'll take Kilian. Max Holloway? That's a fun one. I'll take Kilian. Justin Gaethje? That's a fun one. Who are you taking? Right? Like you look at, like, this is what we've been waiting for. This young prospect to pass the test, to rise through the rankings at lightweight, which is just a division of old war horses that we've just been waiting for someone to kind of come along and take over. Kilian's that kid. Kilian's that freaking kid, man. And then I heard him say, or I've heard people say, oh, you should fight BSD next. Bubba. When you're a young prospect and you're fighting those guys, the Malarkeys, the not the top 15, right outside the top 15, the 20, 25 range, you're getting performance tonight, that's all good. You're eating skirt steak. That's skirt steak. And then you get bumped up, and now you're eating sirloin. Those are your Dariush's. Those are your Gamrots. That's sirloin. That's good too. But Bubba, we've graduated. You don't need to keep eating the skirt steak, the sirloins. Bubba, we're eating fillets now, baby. You're a filet mignon guy. Filet mignon is the Armin Sarukians, the Charles Oliveira's, the Max Holloways, the Patty Pimbletts, the Ilia Toporias of the world. That's what the Justin Gaethje's. That's filet, baby. You don't need to keep eating sirloin. BSD sirloin. BSD's not an elite filet mignon type of dude. He's still sirloin. Now, we can just keep eating sirloin. I don't have a problem with it. But you're a filet fighter now. You're a filet mignon fighter now. Quit eating skirt steak. Quit eating the sirloin. Let's go for the filet, my man. You've earned it. Quit bullshitting with the skirt steak and the sirloins. You've earned filet. You've earned the filet. Now, that being said, I don't know his current contract. And I'm always wary of guys. Like, you'll hear this with Gable Stevenson, which is hilarious because he's nowhere near that level yet. He has a long ways to go. But, like, I don't get why he doesn't fight Chris, why doesn't he fight Curtis, or why doesn't he fight Poatan, or why doesn't he fight Aspinall or Gane? Because he's not getting paid to fight those guys. He's on his second fight of his bullshit contract. So you want to fight those guys when you're getting paid to fight the top 5, when you're getting paid to fight the top 10 guys. Kilian, I'm not familiar with his contract. So if his contract, if he hasn't re-signed, he doesn't have a big deal, keep eating sirloin because you're not getting paid to fight the filet. So fight BSD, you're going to destroy BSD. So keep on that parallel path if you're getting paid like that. Now, off your performances, I'd assume your agent, I don't know who it is, has negotiates maybe a bigger contract. I'm not familiar with his contract. But if he's getting paid to fight those big names, it's time to get cooking. It's time to get that filet. It's time to eat that filet. Quit eating sirloin. Quit fucking around with skirt steak. Let's get to the filet. If you're 1 or 2 fights left on this shitty contract, but you're fighting these big names, you got all this momentum, fight BSDs of the world. Keep eating the sirloin. And wait till, let's say you beat a BSD and they're like, all right, here's a Max, here's a Charles, here's a Patty, here's a Ilya, here's a Justin. Cool. But I need to get paid to fight those top 3, top 4 guys in the world. That's the smart thing to do. But, buddy, if you're getting paid, then we ain't fucking with BSD. BSD, he's just a guy's ass. What are we talking about? No, you're a surgeon, life of the division, Bubba. Life of the division. You just beat number 6. BSD's 8 coming off a loss. That doesn't make much sense. Renato Machado has a fight against Ortega, correct? Gamrot lost. Patty's tied up with Ilya. Max Holloway said he wants to wait. Armin Sarukian has a fight with Hoofy. I'd assume Gamrot wants to fight, I think he said Madison Square Garden's end of the year. You could do the loser of Armin Hoofy. You could do that. He would eat Hoofy's fucking lunch. Kobayashi's, he'd eat Hoofy alive. The fight against Armin's interesting, but if Armin wins that, he's guaranteed a title shot. So Armin's probably out of the question. So who's waiting for you? It's all about timing. I know a guy who's supposed to fight next month and is completely healthy and is a big name, and I think Kilian would beat him. His name's Charles Oliveira. That's who should have his sights set on. Is Charles Oliveira. Max Holloway's not happening. But I also say this, the likes of like a Charles Oliveira, a Max Holloway, those Hall of Famers, those legendary fighters, you kind of got to earn the right to fight them. So I wouldn't be surprised if Charles says no to Kilian right now, or if Max Holloway is like, no, I'm not jumping into camp for this young buck. That's not happening. Those guys have earned that right, so I can see him having some issues there. But if Charles fancies himself after, gets through the funeral and over the passing of his buddy, and he wants to get back in there, and, November Madison Square Garden works, Charles would be a good one. That's all about timing. That's also where BSD comes in, right? Timing. But again, depending on your contract, BSD's going backwards. BSD's going backwards, Bubba. BSD's going backwards. We're big game hunting now. We're big game hunting if you're killing Salkilld. You're big game hunting. Those days of bullshitting, hunting pigeons and ducks and shit, those days are over. We're hunting lions now. We're hunting big-ass water buffalo. We're cheetah, the big boys. We're big game hunting now. And hopefully you're being compensated for it. Hopefully you're being compensated for it. That God damn did he look good. My God. Unreal. Unbelievable. Un-freaking believable. Perfect performance. Toughest test, perfect performance. Speechless, honestly. That is a tough test, and boy, did he pass that in flying freaking colors. Flying colors. Just to wrap this card up, how about your boy Darren Elkins? Like, hey, retirement fight, like, very cool. Very cool. Here you go. And me and my buddy Jack at Fight Camp were talking about this. He's like, man, it's kind of messed up. They give a guy like a vet like that, on his last fight. It's like, yeah, but this day and age in the UFC, it's like 10 years ago, even 8 years ago, There's a couple guys where if you were riding off to the sunset, they could give you a fight where you're like, okay, oh, that's a good send-off. This day and age in the UFC, there's so many young lions from the UFC Contender Series. There's really no easy matchups. At heavyweight, we can find you easy matchups. Light heavyweight, we can find you shit show matchups. Middleweight down, there's not going to be any easy nights in the office. There's too much competition. There's too many guys on the roster that you've never heard of that are really, really good. So for Darren Elkins, like, yeah, that's how it goes. They thought they were doing you a solid as much as they could, but that's just how this goes, you know? That's how it goes. But let's get to UFC 330. Chin, if you have to give this card a grade, A through F, what do you give it? If UFC 327 is an A.
329, right?
329 is an A, what do you give this? Obviously, White House A, 329 A.
I don't want to go to the D category, so I'll say C minus.
C minus is fair. Yeah, I'd give it. The main event gives it a little bit of credit. You give a C minus. I feel that. D plus, C minus.
Yeah, D's harsh though, man. But yeah,
D's harsh, but it's fair. It's fair. Obviously, Islam and Ian are carrying the card completely. The rest of it, you know, Joel Alvarez is fun at welterweight. Jalen Turner's back. Vicente Luque. Neil Magny, damn. Put Neil again in the prelims. Yeah, it's the outside the main event. It's tough, man. It's tough, and especially being in Philly. Like they could put Pfeiffer on there.
Sean.
They could put Sean on there. There's a lot of fights they could have done, but I don't know. They just decided to pass on it. I'll give my official picks on Thursday's card like I usually do. And I'm sure we'll get to it tomorrow. Super chat questions on picks. When it comes to Islam Makhachev and Ian Machado Garry, here's the thing. Take away, all the zestiness of Ian Garry. So much zestiness, so much cuckery. It's just, my God, it's a disaster. And I've jumped off the gravy train of Ian Garry. Drives me nuts. That being said, take all that out of it. Take all his bullshit PR, all that horrible PR he's been doing, the gay interviews, all that stuff. When you get down to the nuts and bolts of this fight, you get down to the stylistic matchup of this fight, it's by far Islam Makhachev's toughest fight at welterweight. Stylistically, that's not saying Ian Garry's going to win. What that's saying is Ian Garry is he's a big welterweight. Every bit of 6'3", big cat, great takedown defense, great distance, doesn't rush into shots, very tough to get to his hips. So take away all the weird gay stuff he's been doing. This dude can fight. I know I've been giving him a lot of shit lately. End of the day, Ian Garry can flat out fight. That dude is damn good at mixed martial arts. He is. The thing is unless Islam Makhachev's pressing the fight and really going for a finish, it's not going to be that exciting of a fight. Ian Garry's not a knockout artist. He's not a one-shot type of dude, light you up. If Ian Garry wins, it's by decision. He's going to be systematically winning, keeping his distance, defending the takedowns, keeping on the feet, landing a lot more significant shots, using his distance, his range, his good footwork. He's very tough to get down. Schaub had a very tough time getting him down until he mixed it up. The upper body throws were not happening for him. He had to mix it up. Even then, he didn't do a lot with it. So I'm curious, and I'm sure Islam's watching that footage, so I'm sure they're coming up with this chain wrestling to mix it up on him, which would make it very difficult. That being said, Ian Garry has very good hips. Very, very good hips. And again, he's not a guy like, like some of these other fighters, like Michael Morales, even Carlos Prata, they'll come flying in to look for the finish. Ian Garry does not care about your boost. He does not care if this fight's exciting. He's fine sitting on the outside, using his range, lighting your face up, lighting your legs up, and just winning round by round. That being said, can you guys honestly see the pound-for-pound number one fighter on earth losing 3 out of 5 rounds?
3 out of 5.
You know what I'm saying? Losing 3 out of 5 rounds in a 25-minute fight. No. It's tough. It's tough, but that being said, again, Vegan, gay. Cuckery, the whole women should rule the world, gay, gay. Zesty, zesty, zesty. That being said, that mother trucker can fight. And if anyone's going to beat Islam in 3 rounds, it's probably going to be Ian Garry. And if Ian Garry doesn't get done, Islam's going to be your champ for a very long time. Very long time. There's nobody else that can really give him the sort of test that he needs. Ian Garry matches up pretty well. Now, he's still a big underdog for a reason, but I'm just saying, as far as stylistically, again, a guy that's not going to commit to huge combinations, stays on the outside, frustrates Islam, and has a significant advantage in the striking department, it could get a little weird for Islam. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Because, again, he's not worried about flying in there and knocking his head off. He's very cool staying at distance, using his footwork, lining him up, picking him apart, defending takedowns, circling out, picking him apart, and you get 25 minutes of that. So it's going to be interesting. It's by far the most interesting matchup for Islam. Most exciting, completely different conversation. This is not the – it depends what you're into. If you're into strategic, high-level fighting, not big finishes, this is for us. And I enjoy it. This is for us. But if you want some crazy finish, some flying knee, some back and forth, brawl, bloody, this ain't it. This is not it. Islam said he gets it done under 3. We'll see. We'll see. It'd be super impressive if he does. Super impressive. Super, super impressive. Yeah, because Islam, fought JDM. It's not a knock on JDM, but is JDM the guy we thought he was? And that was decision, Ian's a much, much tougher matchup. So, again, take away all the hate that Ian gets, and, he makes it hard to root for him. But if anyone could get it done, it'd be Ian Garry. What's the odds on that, Chin? What's the DraftKings odds? I assume he's a 3-1 dog.
Let's see. Minus 340.
Minus 340. Yeah. You got Mackenzie Dern fighting, never mad at her. Gillian Robertson. I just think Mackenzie Dern is eventually going to get her down, submit her.
Yeah, and jiu-jitsu is Gillian's strength too, so that's kind of like you're in a tough position.
Sure. That's your fancy, huh? Come get it. Come test Mackenzie Dern on the ground. I think Mackenzie Dern stand up a little more too. Hopefully, what you don't want to have happen here is Dern and Robertson are like, oh, we're just going to keep it on the feet. We don't want to test each other's jiu-jitsu. And you get 25 minutes of bullshit stand-up for the world championship in the women's division. That would be a nightmare. Complete nightmare. But yeah, overall, card sucks. But here's the other thing. Whenever we doubt the card, it's usually some of the greatest fight nights there are. Whenever you're like, there's no big names, or the whole card, usually it cooks. It could be good. Ooh, I should have peed before this, Jen. I got to pee so bad.
The chat could just chill and talk to each other in the meantime.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, let me pee real quick.
Go for it.
Pee real quick. Get my soda.
Pee it up. We'd have a first for every episode, or for at least one of these episodes. All right, chat. Enjoy yourselves.
Talk to him, Jen.
What's up, after show? I've looked into OBS. If you would see what's going on right here, right now, you'll see how wild it is. So let me see if I can incorporate that in. Brendan is back.
You guys talking electronics?
Electronics.
We talking electronics? All right, what else you got for me, Chin?
All right, let me hide this chat for you.
Oh, we'll get to the chat.
No, no.
Oh, we'll get to those, ladies and gentlemen.
First one, Dana White was watching fights with Nina over the weekend. Zuffa Boxing, and they said in order for them to have ring girls there, I'm not sure where this is at exactly, but it says UK, then they would also have to have ring boys.
Is that real? Did we? Because I know on Twitter it got a community note.
Really? But I mean, he said it. He didn't like write it down anywhere, you know?
True. Dana White just said the UK didn't allow ring girls at Zuffa's Boxing unless they include ring boys. Nina's comment's funny. Gay. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. What's up with the UK, man? Maybe that's why Ian Garry's like this. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just feeling the vibe of the UK wokeness, and he's like, "This is the direction my country's going. This region's going." Look at Dana's face there.
I know. That's why his expressions alone said that he was being serious. He didn't seem like he was joking.
Can you imagine if they had ring boys? I used to joke about that, having ring boys, but that's just super zesty.
Very zesty.
It's just super freaking zesty, man.
I don't know. You want to hear it? You good?
Can we play it or no?
Yeah.
Ring card girls.
Don't even get me started.
I don't know what round we're in.
The UK won't use ring card girls unless you have ring card boys.
I mean, that he does look serious, right? Like disappointed.
Yeah, I don't think he's making that up. Boy, that is super gay.
Super gay.
Super zesty, UK. How dare you? And I assume the ring card boys are zesty boys. Like, you're not going to get some normal dude being a ring card bro, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're probably going to have similar shorts on as I'm wearing. These are zesty shorts. These are ring card boy shorts.
If it was like a female fight only, I kind of get it. But if it's dudes fighting,
yeah, it's so
doesn't
weird.
make any sense.
I don't understand. It doesn't seem real. And also, maybe the UK, they're more of Eddie Hearn fans. They don't F with Dana White. So, yeah, you can have ring card girls. You got to have ring card boys. Maybe it's that. What else you got? God, that's zesty.
Yeah, there was like a social media post with Zuckerberg and Machado.
So many people sent this to me.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just listening, this is Mark Zuckerberg sparring with Machado. And Marahab's going 100%. Marahab's playing for keeps. Machado definitely is not getting paid on this weird yacht island thing to take it super easy and let Mark Zuckerberg pay him, I'm assuming, hundreds of thousands of dollars to beat him up. This is real deal.
Yeah, and I mean,
with Rob, I get it, but get your bag, baby. Get your bag. You're just letting this billionaire toss you around.
And Mark's been doing this for a while, right? Zuckerberg's been doing this.
Yeah,
for a
he
while.
seems to like it.
But his sparring, even just when I watch it, and I'm not like,
What'd you say?
His sparring, and even though I'm not like I don't spar, but just watching it, I'm like, he should be more advanced than this.
Yeah,
right?
It's not good.
It looks
it's
like
not
he's
good.
Like a kid.
Listen, here's my thing with Mark. I appreciate him getting into mixed martial arts. And I appreciate him training, trying to get better. I don't hate on it. Or in jiu-jitsu, like, that's good for you, brother. Good for you. Get yours. It's the same vibe I get from Ian Garry. It's the same vibe I get from Gable Stevenson. It's the same vibe I get from Mr. Beast. They all have one thing in common. I'm not buying it. It's all fabricated. if you remember Mark Zuckerberg with this little nerdy kind of cuck behavior, right? He's the one that hit all that stuff during COVID and takes no accountability for it, and then was receiving funding from Biden's team, and then goes on Rogan and is like, I had no clue. And everyone's like, you know how tough it'd be to know everything that's going on with that big of a company? It's like, yeah, but you're giving him all this credit for creating the company, so keep that same energy. And then somewhere along the lines, his PR team went, Bubba, we got to switch it up. He's like, well, what should I do? Get into the UFC. It's male dominated. You're too soft right now. Get into, grow your hair out, get a gold chain, start wearing white tees or black tees, and then start training, and then pay these tough people to hang out with you. And then let's create this kind of narrative that you're just a bro. You're just this billionaire bro. And and again, people can change, and that's fine. So I don't hate on training and being into it. I'm just not buying it.
Yeah.
That's my thing. I don't buy it. I think it's all preconceived. I don't think he watched a UFC fight until his team told him that this was the proper PR move to do and to gain traction, there's video of him when he's on that fucking hoverboard in the lake, and he has all, he's that bullshit hat on and all the sunscreen on. It's just, they're just like, buddy, this ain't it. People aren't fucking with you. So they came up with this. All good. And the fighters getting paid for it, And then you got Dana, dude, he's one of the most badass people I know. It's like, would you say that if you weren't on the board at Meta? Would you say that if they weren't paying enormous gobs of money to sponsor the Apex? Would you say all that? Again, I'm not buying it. Dana can tell me how tough he is all he wants. Mark Zuckerberg can post with Marab and Mackenzie Dern and all these guys as much as they want. I'm just not buying it. Again, people can change. Maybe he's a good dude. I just don't forget the things he did during that whole Biden term and all that stuff. I'm not buying the whole narrative of I'm on TRT now. I grew out my hair. I'm just like you guys. I'm not buying it. All good though. I think you'd fuck up Jonah Hill. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. But you think it's more of his PR team, or do you think
you're talking about his PR team that gets paid hundreds of $millions a year to come up with an angle? Like, you know how smart those people are?
So you're saying that, do you think there's also that he's never fit in with the cool guys, and that he kind of wants to get that attention, so that now he's like, wow, people are looking at me as
that's
this guy.
too, which is all good, man. Like, I get it. I get it. All good. It's just, don't tell me how tough you are. Don't tell me what a badass you are. Okay.
Alrighty. So Tommy McMillan's next fight will be in Noche.
They did put on the Noche card.
Against Maran Rahiki. And they are both, if it's still here or not. Oh, there we are. So this is Tommy, right? Yeah, this is Tommy's record.
Yeah.
And Rahiki also.
So two undefeated cats.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm no historian or he asked for a Mexican. Is Marwan Rocky Mexican? I could be off.
Yeah, I doubt he's Mexican.
Marwan Freaky Rahiki.
That's a pretty cool name.
9-0. Good test for him. Again, this who should be fighting. People are like, oh, give him Ortega. God damn it. Moroccan. All right, well. Lion's Den. All right. Tough cat. Undefeated.
Yeah.
This is a perfect step.
And fighting in Mexico, that's what he wanted.
Perfect step for Tommy.
Not Mexico, but USA Noches.
I'm glad they got him on the card, though. That makes that card more exciting.
This is just a quick one. Raul Rosas Jr.'s brother was supposed to fight over the weekend, but then the UFC doctor, this is what I heard online, that he thought he had herpes. But turns out it was just like either a rug burn or a glove burn right before the fight.
What league is this in?
This is UFC. This is going to be his debut fight in the UFC. against Miles Jones.
Never heard of a doctor pulling somebody out because they thought it was herpes but couldn't confirm it.
I remember there's a herpes thing. I'm not sure if it was UFC or not, but that was the online rumor. But then there's two different places they're saying there's rug burn or mat burn, that is.
Mat burn.
Or a glove scrape.
Yeah.
Glove thing. That's happened like right before the fights too.
That's strange.
Yeah, so we'll see him fight later.
Dude, speaking of, not even speaking of because you weren't alluding to it, but talk about a segue here. Dana White Contender Series. Not this Tuesday, but I think the following Tuesday, Frank Bellamir's fighting.
Bella.
That's going to be a fun one. Keep going, Chin.
Conor McGregor, first images, videos before or after his surgery. There's a drone holding a Mac energy drink, and he's just with crutches.
Why didn't the drone get closer?
Because it wants to get it to right to. I mean, I don't know, man. The pilot's probably not as precise as he should be, but he looks like an old dude. Just.
I mean, you don't hang over too much. I don't get why that wouldn't get closer. This is all PR for his energy drink, yeah?
Yeah. But, I mean, it does show his, his crutches, his brace. And then they did say, he said it was a good, a very successful surgery, so.
Good.
And then
God, I
he's just
hate his
flexing
hair. I hate his hair.
It's back, baby. My knee is repaired. Surgery was a success. And now I'm on the road to recovery. That should tell you all you need to know about my mindset. Straight into surgery, knee repaired, and on the road. Let's go. I want to give a shout out to Dominic Cruz, who returned from multiple ACLs to recapture his bantamweight crown. George St. Pierre had multiple ACLs. Don't know whether he returned after his second ACL. However, he's doing backflips and his movement is still stellar. Other notables in other sports, NFL, Tom Brady done it.
That's a weird
Giving
angle.
a shout out to all the people that have.
That's a weird angle. Yeah, there's a bunch of people that came back from ACLs. Yeah, it's tough.
All right. This is a streamer one. So Dean the Great, there was a phone call from Chael. Hold on, let me just play it. Let's see if the audience can hear it.
Adrian, if you would like to spar with Bobby Green.
He said, Adrian, if you would like to spar with Bobby Green, I'll personally pay you $50,000.
And we'll pay you $50,000.
You heard that, cuz?
My team at Bad Guy Inc. will bring the cameras, and we will pay you $50,000.
They said
I'll spar him again for $50,000.
They said they'll bring the cameras.
No, not you.
And we will personally pay you $50,000 if you spar cut.
I'll spar him again for $50,000.
Tell them cough up some more money though.
Some more money though. My mama though.
Tell them to bring cash too though. You don't even need to do that.
I don't need to do that.
AB didn't want to do it?
He goes, I don't need to do that or something like that.
So it's so easy to do it. Now, listen, in all likelihood, if AB is even a fraction of himself, he should destroy King Green. You know, he's a little thicker these days.
Oh,
Yeah.
a little thicker, yeah.
Chael throw around $50K like that?
I'm sure it's going to be with, people.
Yeah, it has
in
to be a
in
sponsorship
film.
or some shit. Good for Chael.
But that did bother me too when the other dude, that bang
Oh,
guy.
I'll do a $50K.
Come
Whoa,
on,
whoa.
dude.
No, we'll pay you $2. No, $50K for the former world champion jumping the King Green. Not you, Bubba. We
Yeah.
saw you go. We didn't like it.
This is a quick boxing one. So let me just refresh this. So this is this guy, the bald-headed dude. He's with like the UK side. Adam Catterall.
He's great.
And he does show up to UFC events and talks to.
He knows his UFC.
So then now they're talking about the whole Zuffa coming into boxing, and this is Ben Shalom, who's a promoter, like a lower level promoter, I think, but he signed with Eddie Hearn before or something like that. And he was talking about how Zuffa coming in is messing up boxing, and this is his take on it with Adam.
That's a long-term vision for Zuffa to play within the British titles and the Southern area.
I don't think they're interested in any of that. But you are, aren't you?
Why are they getting sanctioned
Get
by
him,
the British
Adam.
Boxing Board of Control?
Who's getting sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control?
Why are they allowed? Why Zuffa? You're going to defend anything that they do because you're getting free tickets to go out to the White House.
No, I'm not.
Come at every promoter like
I'm not going to defend anything. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just having a conversation with you.
Because it's the UFC and Dana White. Look at every fighter. I know you love the UFC, but look at every fighter and what's going on every there. Do you want that to happen to boxing? The reason why boxers get paid so much is because they're taking the money. You don't want a monopoly in sport. You want to play fair, and you want the fighters to. This isn't about creating shareholder value and saying, oh, can you believe that no one's actually been able to sell a business in boxing? It sounds like Infantino job. Oh, look at all this money that we can make for all the shareholders. That. You think that's a long-term bit?
He's a fair point.
Yeah,
I like Adam too. There has to be a way to do a happy medium because boxing's dying, right? Boxing's dying. So you need the organization of Zuffa to create stars and get people to give a flying fuck about boxing. But you also don't want to become a monopoly where the fighters have no say, they have nowhere to go, you know? Mm-hmm. So there has to be a happy medium. But Ben's not wrong.
Yeah, Ben was very, very like...
hard in the paint.
Yeah.
I don't mind it.
All right, so this is Joshua Van. Earlier in his career, he had a different nickname. So,
ooh, zesty nickname.
You two weighed in officially at 120.
Zesty as hell nickname.
Representing SOS. Presenting Josh. Getting up in that ass. Thong.
So I guess his real name is Thong. THAWNG.
That's hilarious. Yeah. Joshua getting up in that ass. Thong. Super zesty.
Very zesty, yeah.
I bet when we came to the UFC, they're like, we're going to need to change that nickname.
Oh, I'll show you this one first. This is another thing that's just
when you're
Ian Garry. This is. I'll just play it for you. Me describing it's gonna make it worse. So here you go.
Your eyes in the morning. How long does it take you until you think about the fight?
Can I answer that question by getting something? So, to answer your question on how fast from when I open my eyes do I think about my fight, it's as soon as I walk out of the toilet and I just flip it over. 9 days until I become a world champion.
When you're opening your eyes in the morning, how long?
Isn't it funny? Even though he puts the little calendar down next to him like a little boy, he's like,
I'm not buying it. Right? You just don't. You just not. I don't believe you do that every morning. Nah, I don't think so, man. That was all set up. All set up. All fake.
Or it could just be he's just that way. I don't know.
It's all fake. It's just cringy. Do you mind if I get something? Sure. Here we are. God dang it. God dang it.
Yeah, everything he does is, but it's on, you know.
That motherfucker can fight, though. That's the thing. If he couldn't fight, this isn't even conversation.
Yeah. This is the look at the new Apex, the meta Apex.
This is a new VIP area for the newly expanded meta Apex.
How much did they expand it? I'll tell you what, it looked damn and sounded damn good.
Added all these stands
Kilian Salcido, that arena looks legit, man. You know what it reminds me of? The days when they used to fight at Hard Rock.
Debuting this weekend.
And at Palms.
It was looking good back then.
The vibe was good. Like, you know, Apex before had like, I don't know, 300 people in there. So it was very Ultimate Fighter-ish.
Yeah.
Now it feels like the Palms. It feels like Hard Rock. It feels like Summertime Shy. Well, Kanye West line there. No, but it does feel like the Palms, or it feels like the Hard Rock, which is a dope vibe, where it's not so sad, you know? Like there's energy in there. I like what they're doing with it.
Yeah, it actually looks pretty cool, though. This is just funny because Alexa Grasso recently posted a picture of her boyfriend with her. And just the comment section's hilarious.
Because people are mad?
Yeah, but they do it in a very like lighthearted way.
They're mad because they didn't know she had a man?
Yeah, I didn't know she had a man.
I mean, what, do you think these girls are just all single?
Yeah.
You think they're just going home at night alone?
What do you think the look of the man just overall?
I assume he's a fighter, and he has the same haircut every kid under 16 has.
Yeah.
They call it the broccoli top, I think.
Yep.
Oh, Alexa Grasso just posted a photo of her and her boyfriend. 890 comments. Surely everybody's congratulating Alexa. Is this guy bothering you? It should be us. Not just him, us, apparently.
Should be us.
Oh, you cheating on me. Babe, why did you post this? You still have time to delete. Yeah, the boys are in shambles. The MMA fan base has never seen a day like this. Volkanovski out cold. Charles Oliveira out cold. Alexa Grasso posting her boyfriend. Same tier. And by the
Same
way, if you think I'm
tier.
just cherry-picking comments,
Same
it's literally
tier.
there.
This guy's hilarious. Same tier.
The first one is this funny one. Alexa, is this guy bothering you?
Like that goes, this should have been us. Us. What do you mean us? That poor guy.
Yeah.
Good for him though.
And apparently Malky Kawa gave Ilia Topuria a hard time about that video footage of him.
Did he?
Yeah.
That I'm not in that video. Stop. Somebody tell this guy. Stop.
That's hilarious.
He's like telling when I'm not in that video. With
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Malky
Kawa, yeah. This one's just kind of interesting. So, Mickey Gall, we haven't heard of him for a while, and Cedric Dumas, he has a crazy backstory too about being in prison or getting in trouble. They're going to be fighting each other. UFC Vegas 121.
There's no shade on either of them. I didn't know either of them was still fighting.
Yeah, I think they were both out.
I know Mickey Gall did his thing in like entertainment, was like doing a lot of commentating. I think he had a show on Sirius and stuff. So I thought he was done.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I thought he was done. Mary fought CM Punk. Mary just thrashed CM Punk.
Yeah.
Remember those days?
Mm-hmm. Here's another one. Tell me what you think about this. This is Patty slapping. It seems just like to be a fan in line in the back.
I hate when people do that. Oh.
But the size of that slap mark, does that look really?
You know? What happened to you, bro? Someone assaulted him.
It's a pretty good slap, yeah.
That was a hard slap.
Yeah, I just don't like when dudes play like that, you know?
Because you want almost like
It
instinctively want to
pisses
fight.
you off,
right?
yeah.
Instinctively.
Yeah, I don't like it. That was
But
a
then you
hell of a
see
slap.
Patty, you're like, oh, okay, that's
You'd
cool.
be stoked if it was
Yeah.
Patty, but still, you can't be slapping people, man.
Oh, this one's very interesting. Luke Rockhold versus Joe Pyfer at REF.
That's interesting. This one's it's wrestling.
So Luke probably is not going to do. I don't know. You know Luke, so I know you say
Luke
one of
can
the best
grapple.
jiu-jitsu guys.
Yeah, Luke can grapple. He's been at AK grappling with some of the toughest guys in the history of the sport. God, I wish jiu-jitsu was involved because Joe Pyfer is a black belt. Luke Rockhold's an elite black belt. Just wrestling, I mean, it's entertaining. You know, it's better than pairing him up with some fucking national champion Russian that we're like, what? You know, so it's cool. It's fun. Joe Pyfer should definitely be on that other card, 330.
Oh, well, that would have been nice. Okay, so it's our favorite time of the day. We have to do a live read for DraftKings.
Oh, doing a read for you guys. Fight night is here. With fight night, I mean UFC big dog. Islam, Ian, get you some. You got 2 title shots on the line. DraftKings is your home to get in on all the MMA action this weekend. The DraftKings Sports app is now available in all 50 states, bringing the game straight to your fingertips wherever you are. From New York to San Antonio to LA, you're in on the excitement at the speed of sports. From the prelims to the main event, sweat the whole card with a seamless experience built for championship fight nights. No matter where you're watching, you're always connected and in on the game with one app. New to DraftKings customers, sign up with the code SCHAUB. Spend $5 to get $150 in rewards within 14 days. Includes all markets. That's code SCHAUB in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Let's get back to the program.
Oh, wait, actually, so we have to read the disclaimer.
No!
Bet with DK Sports gambling problem. Call 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-MY-RESET, Connecticut. Call 888-789-7777. Visit ccpg.org on behalf of Boot Hill Casino in Kansas. Bet tax pass through may apply in Illinois. 21 plus, void in Canada. Event contract trading with DraftKings predictions involves risk of loss. Availability varies. Predictions offer void in New York. Bet to get bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Trade, get prediction dollars that expire in 1 year. $50 in rewards issued every 7 days via click to claim for 14 days. Non-withdrawable reward redeemable nationwide based on sportsbook predictions and free to play sports contest availability varies by states. Terms at dkng.co/offer limited time offer.
Did you feel any pressure because you're live?
Yeah, dude. That's why I didn't put myself on
It's
camera.
a little nerve-wracking. You find out you can't read.
I know. But then when you know people are watching, it's like you're thinking about that and you kind of lose yourself on the
makes
script.
me more focused.
Oh, you're better at obviously. That's why you should have done it.
All right, let's see what we got here. Sure. I guess here's fine.
Yeah, that's
also, remember, kids, tomorrow, 11 a.m. sharp Central Time, we'll do the Super Chat live. I answer every single question. Here's the other thing. We missed last week just because last week was a bit of a shit show. But if you're not in the Super Chat and you want your question answered, every Sunday I answer all the questions from the YouTube. So if you're watching this or tomorrow's or Thursdays or Fridays and you want your question answered and you're not a member yet, just submit it in the comments below. Put fan question, capital letters. Chin Nick sees them. They send them to me. I answer them every Sunday. I try to answer every single one of them. So go ahead and send them if you're not getting your questions answered Monday through Friday. That's how we're doing it. All right? Let's get to it. What's up, chat? How we doing? Sorry we're late today. Not our fault. Technology. So let's get to it. Is there a backup fight for Garry versus Islam? I thought Michael Morales is the backup fighter, right?
Yeah. It's just wait, hold on.
Gian, hot take. I actually like the fight nights. It gets me excited to see the new rising stars. Couldn't agree more. Right, Jesse? Low-key, new Apex setup is sweet. Couldn't agree more. Reminds me, like I told you guys, of the Hard Rock or the Palms, which I fought at the Palms. Yeah. Never fought at Hard Rock, but I fought at the Palms. Black Ross, saying Earth Angels is zesty? Not too bad. Slowfit. Islam said he's taking him out round 1, so it should be pretty entertaining if he's going to try and finish him. Easier said than done. Black Ross. Morales should be next in line for a title shot, but I still think Carlos should be the backup fighter. Morales getting a title shot's a little... I could see him fight one more. Alex, nope. This is the problem. If Gable wins the next fight, they should make Gable versus Aspinall. No. That's silly, dude. Big Rich, I don't think Ian makes it out of the third round or maybe even the second. You might be right. Oof. Vengeance, Savage. Team EPO for the win in the main. After Shabbat later, it'll be decision Islam. More likely than not. John Cook, never make the lives. Love this stuff, y'all. I'm always balls deep, turning wrenches on heavy equipment. Love it, dude. Slowfit, decision, mauled, decision, but mauled JDM. Yeah, couldn't finish him, though.
I think this is the dude's talking about Steve Asplund for Gable.
Oh, I just thought he misspelled Aspinall. There's so many misspellings all the time.
But that guy 8-2.
Oh, he's a fun fighter. Yeah, I'd be down for that. He's a super fun fighter. On the broadcast, they said he lost 500 pounds.
Yeah,
is that
some
true?
sort of crazy weight loss.
500 though?
No, there's no way.
Because he's 2 something now. So you tell me he was 700 some pounds? He was on my 600 pound live. Look up his story, Chin, while I'm going through this. Gimma Girl says, Black Ross, I hope you're doing better and make a full recovery. What's wrong with him, man?
500 plus to 265. I mean, he's definitely a big dude, heavy. That's why he has the skin hanging.
So I think they just made a error saying he's lost 500 pounds. He used to be 500 pounds. Yeah. Yes. So he's lost damn near 240 pounds. That's a lot.
520 to 261, yeah. Go down, Sam.
Black Ross, super hot take. When it comes to being a complete fighter in the cage only, similar to GSP, I assume you're talking about Kilian? Gillian wins. Gillian with the dub. Over Mackenzie Dern, how dare you? Omar says, I'm going to bet 300 on Ian just because I would happily pay 300 to watch Ian get the shit kicked out of him, but always we're unlucky enough for him to actually win. The quiz says, did you see Ali on Cejudo's pod? He said Usman is running through the whole 155 division. Yeah, that's his guy. That makes sense. I beg to differ.
55.
Slow fit, you might be right. Doesn't matter, Dern or Robertson. Just keeping the belt warm for Wheelie. Yeah, you might be right. After but later, Brennan will 100% go Dern, but I think he's off on this one. We'll see. John Cook, hell yes, I got Islam, unfortunately, because that's the smart pick, and Garry has turned me off, way off. I agree, but he could do it. Alex, Gable versus Asplund? Yeah, he's a fun fighter. A lot of chin questions.
Yeah, I was by myself.
All right, keep going. Chin, you're a legend. Don't start about the late start. After show, but later says, Ring Boys, get the hell out of here. Omar says, but he said the UK and he was in Ireland. Yeah, that's a problem. But you can understand how UK friend says fake news. Dublin is in the UK. Yeah, and that's a big one. I learned that when I went out there. Slurp says, did you guys hear Dakota broke both her hands this weekend? Yeah, she's out for a hot second. That's not good for the hype trade on her.
She does look brittle, too. She's skinny.
Yep. Josh says, he and Garry walking around the ring with a 3 card. Stoner, what up, man? Jay Smith, does a one-off Francis versus Rico Van Hooven interest you? There's nothing to be gained except a payday, but could be interesting. I think so, especially the way Rico looked against Usyk. And I got inside source that's the fight Francis wants. That's his number one fight he wants. He wants him and Wilder. First gen dad B. See the new Super B? I have not.
The new Supra?
Joshua, they're talking about Zuckerberg. It's like the Moneyberg dude with his fake black belt. Zuck's a little different than that. Zuck's not claiming some badass black belt, you know? Drew says, did he talk about McMillan, talking about Tommy Guns and Rafiki? UFC Noches? Yes, sir. That's a great fight. So if you think Zuck writes in his diary like Fauci, it seems to be that's what rich people do. CVG, I was rewatching the Ian versus Carlos fight this morning, and Ian is really good. I hope Islam gets it done, but his distance management might be a big problem. Correct. Huge problem. Slurp says, I wish B and Chin could see Black Ross is back. We see it. What up, Black?
What up?
What up, Big Black? Omar says, to be honest, I can't stay on the Ian Garry train after recent announcements. Yeah, he's making it tough. But again, the dude can fight. Straight up can fight. The Stoner, with all these big upsets been going lately, I want Islam to crush Ian, but I'm going to put money on Ian. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. D. Scott, when you were on the show, did they ever try to match you up with Kimbo? Yep, but Dana reneged it. Drew Casablanca, so if Islam wins, does Khabib take the belt from Dana and put it around Islam again? 1,000%. Yeah, Kimbo would have done great in BKFC. Keep going down. Joshua, pull that thong to the side, man, right? Such a weird name. Nick, we thought Cejudo was cringe. Ian takes a cake. Yeah, but Cejudo's was all, it's kind of like what our boy Hokit's doing. You know what it is. You know it's an act. We're all in on it. We're there for it. It's like, all right, this is kind of weird, but we get what he's doing. Ian Garry wants you to believe he actually believes that shit. Omar, man, people are going so hard on Ian. Yeah, he kind of deserves it. I get it. Again, the dude can fucking fight, though. End of the day, I'm a fight fan, so I try to separate the fight from the personal shit, but he's made it tough. I see Islam sub round 2. I don't know if it's going to be that easy for him. If it is, Islam's top 3 of all time. Omar's going hard on Ian. Ian Gary's tattoos alone tell us enough. Inspire, imagine, believe. Yeah, it sounds like some college chicks' tattoos, right? Corp 4, welcome to the party. Joey, welcome to the party. Yep. Cody, Mickey Gall is boys with Luis J. Gomez, who talks shit on the Rogan sphere, even though he definitely benefited from being on Rogan. I don't think Luis J. Gomez talks shit on Rogan. He loves Rogan. And Luis J. Gomez just talks shit in general. I don't think he has any ill intention towards Rogan. Is Jordan Burroughs in RAF? Yes. Yeah, he's going against Sean Brady. Normac, good call. How about that Ty Miller kid? Buddy, he looked good. My thing is, did he look great or was his opponent just dog shit? You know what I'm saying? He looked like anything he threw, he fucking landed. Papa Bear, I'm on it, brother. Thank you. Keep going down. Dad streams, what's Ian Gary's gas tank like? Pretty damn good. Not an issue. William, that sounds like a nice little break. Hot ass Arizona, enjoying some tacos and Big Brown Breakdown. It's a nice little time for you. Nick says, I second. Gillian's going to strangle Dern. You guys are wild thinking she's going to win by submission. Drew, hey B, did you see the first fight? You're talking about this past night's fight night? Yes, I did. Yeah, those girls were scrapping. That's why you can never count out these cards. Oh, Black Rush, you're talking about Ian, compare him to GSP? Oof. Man, yeesh. That's a tough one, Black Ross. I feel you. His grappling's not there. Like, GSP had 0 holes in his game. Ian's takedown defense is pretty elite. His hips are elite. His striking's obviously elite. His distance management's elite. As far as straight up grappling, I wouldn't say he's elite like a GSP. You know what I'm saying? Like GSP can take you down, get on top of you, submit you. Ian that's not an option for him. D. Scott said, I saw if somebody asked Rogan on his podcast if he can beat up 12-year-olds. He said, yes. Let's double it for you. Can you beat up 24 12-year-olds? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't want to, but I think so. Mike Street, senior boy tending to the trees. Have him pull those weeds. Good for the grip strength. That's a great idea, brother. Thank you. Black Ross, Islam is done after his next 2. Then welterweight will be top division. Agree. He's not. Get him the fuck out. That's why I root for Ian. Even though all this cuckery and all this zesty shit, I'm still rooting for Ian. Makhachev fights once a year. You can't have it. We cannot have it. Drives me nuts. Jesse, cool thing about Armin and Huffy fighting next is that that should be a title eliminator, as we'll get new blood fighting for the belt next. Agree. I don't think Huffy's gonna get a title shot if he wins. I think Armin is, unless Huffy 30-second knockout, but we'll see. Omar, Rico versus Francis in MMA, though, not in boxing. Boxing would be a joke. Let's see him fight. I think they should do both. One in MMA, one in boxing. Mr. Big Pun, thank you for your donation. Is the UFC freezing Aljo? I don't think they know what to do. I don't think they're freezing him. I don't think they know what to do. They're going to figure it out because I'm pretty sure it's going around. They're announcing Mosarv and our boy Volkanovski, so we'll see. Black Ross, Rico got robbed. Facts. Leland says, word around town is Tiger and Bossy have early major NIL deals to SMU. I wish. Omar says, dude, I forgot about Moneyberg. We all did. Carlos says, B, I snapped a pic of my little sister's old Mongoose BMX. I'll DM it to you on Insta for anyone who wants the Discord. I put the link in the live chat. Sick. Drew says, I think the loser of Huffy and Armin should fight Kilian next. No easy fights for the loser. Oh, no. I mean, those guys are top 5. Yeah, no loser. No easy fights. Would you favor either one of those over Kilian after that performance? You know what I'm saying? Leland says Zuckerberg might smoke Jonah Hill. Yeah, I think so. Stevie G, I think Aljo gets the next shot at 145 title. Agree. I think you should. John, do you want any more kids or are you set? I'd love more kids. I would love more. I don't think my wife wants more, but I'd be so down. I'd love a squad. Dela Cruz, Yo B, did you ever do the Tim Kennedy pod? No, he reached out to me last week. I just don't know when I would do it because I rushed from here. I set the kind of the schedule for the football practice, and then I go to football practice. So I just don't know when I can do it. I'm podcasting on my own 5 days a week, so I got to figure it out. Stevie G says the countdown intro with Ian and Islam was so sick, but all that stuff Ian says in his interviews makes him not likable. Yeah, for him to sell fights, he should just not talk. Timothy Coppinger, who usually knows his shit, says Islam by darts or arm triangle. I could see that. Vengeance, do you see Patchy Mix miss weight by 6 pounds this morning? Yes. He's going down a rough road, right? Mike Street, I'd pay to see Big Brown fight Zuckerberg. What a wet dream. That's never happening. Trust me, I'd be down, but I don't think that's going to happen. Black Ross, does the Ian Garry situation remind you of the Diego Sanchez situation back in the day? How so?
Because that other dude would control him like a girlfriend. Remember that crazy?
Oh, my God. His movement coach?
Yeah, that douche.
Oh, God. You know what? Good call, Black Ross. God, I haven't thought about that fucking guy in forever. No, because at least with Diego Sanchez, we knew what was going on. That was basically like a cult thing. He's drinking the Kool-Aid. We knew if we could just separate him from that crazy dude, Diego would be okay. And Diego was like way over the hill, and there's some mental issues going on there. Ian's is not this. I don't know what the fuck's going on there. Jay Smith, couldn't agree more. Tom Hardy is one of the few celebrity black belts. He may be a brown. I have a respect for. No talk, just shows up to competition, puts in the work. Couldn't agree more. Corp4, thank you for a donation. Give us a scoop on CA and WME. Why are laymen's?
Why are we laymen's?
We are laymen's?
Yeah, like people that don't know what's going on, just like naive to it.
Meaning what? Like, what's the question?
Like
Give us those.
You probably have more knowledge of that situation than any of us.
Is there an issue going on between CA and WME? Like, what's the question though? Like, what does CA and WME do? Like, what do they do for fighters or for entertainment? Like, I can lay that blueprint out, but what do you mean though, brother? Is there an issue? I can probably break it down. I just don't know. Adrian, what up, B? Thanks for putting me on Westies. Great show. Dude, how about season finale of House of the Dragons? My God, it's good.
They have a long-standing rivalry?
Yeah, they're like the Yankees and the Red Sox.
Mm.
Yeah, just let me know. Corpo 4. Let me know. Normac, no one has worse tattoos than Jamal Hill. His are tough. But again, you can't harp on. Maybe he didn't have money when he did it. He was young, you know. Just says, that guy that asked about Ian Gary's gas tank, it's full of sugar. Drew, no, you can't give Ty Miller Bo Nickel yet. Why you do that to guys, man? Not yet. Let him cook. Sean J. Murphy, I think Islam's correct. Yes. This is a good take. I think Islam's closer to GSP than Ian. Yes. Islam has really good striking, timing, even better timing and ability in grappling. Yes. Islam has no holes in his game. That'd be a much better comparison. L giggled and chat. First time paying for YouTube membership. Appreciate the content. You're welcome, brother. Thank you for welcome to the club. Normac, if Carlos Prates did that to JDM, I keep thinking, man, what's he going to do to everybody else? Well, he got beat by Ian, you know? Black Ross, that's true on Ian GSP point. Yeah, all good, brother. It's a fun conversation. Rich, you really need to give King of the Streets another good look. Have you been shooting your bow lately? I have not, brother. I have not. That thing's stored away for now. But some of the football coaches want to go. Oh, TV just went up. Some of the football coaches want to go hunting, so maybe I'll bust it out. Trend God, what did you think about my boy Miranda on a short notice fight on Saturday? He looked pretty damn good, especially for a short notice. Sean J. Murph, is there any way that the UFC could contractually force people to fight at least twice a year, or do they start doing that? They do that. So if they offer you a fight and you turn it down, it extends your contract. So that's their way of forcing you to fight. Kevin Plunkett. Does Gable being so close to John give you bad taste? They say you are who you associate with. John is not a good guy I'd want to associate with. No, that doesn't give me a bad taste. It's like their PR gives me the bad taste. You know, it's just, I don't know. Something's off. Slowfit, could the lack of activity be a counter for UFC why they don't pay the fighters big money? If fighter makes banks, they'll want to fight once a year. Yes. Brian, who's next for Charles Oliveira? BMF belt Gaethje, then retire? No, I don't think so. Because he was going to be a title eliminator fight against Arman. I wouldn't be surprised if they give him Kilian. Sam, I think Ian can definitely win three or more rounds. It's such a tough test. Slurp says, I don't want to be the guy always asking, but do you think you'll ever drop back in on the golden hour? Yes, I will. Sam, did you see Ali said Justin may vacate and move up to welterweight to fight Islam? I don't know if that's the best idea. But again, I think he's just looking for that big payday, one last hurrah. So maybe that's the move. Where we at here? Carlos says, our boy Jesse on Fire went hard on that fool with Diego. Love those videos. Guy's name was Josh something. I think the clown that guy was. Yeah, Jesse's great. Jesse just rebranded too. I saw that post. Mr. Steal Your Girl. He's like this on the cover. All right, sir. Normac, is it me or does Conor annoy y'all still acting like he's the baddest man on the planet? That's never going to go away. You know what I'm saying? That's his thing. Season finale was fantastic. Peak of Game of Thrones. So good. Are you caught up on From? Yeah. Yes, I am. Leland, is it time to bring back the term light in the loafers? God, that's old school. I haven't heard that in forever. Let's bring it back. Zesty and light in the loafers. You know what's up. Keep going down, Chin. We'll go 10 more minutes.
That's the bottom right there.
Okay. Where am I at?
Right there, light and loafers at the top.
Okay, I see where we're at. Patrick, did you guys see that Dustin Poirier was back on the analyst for fights this last weekend? Maybe in behind. I'm happy to see him working again. Yeah, hell yeah. As they should. Mike Benda, Ian Garrigan, and Sean Strickland in Islam. He could. He definitely could. Alex, don't remember if you talked about it, but you see McMillan saying he'd fight Volk right now? Yeah, but that's what you want a young line to say. You know, he's saying all the right things. Normac, definitely need a slow burn Ty Miller. Yes, build him up. Yes, you guys are getting it. Yes. Imzavu, B, should we consider Islam's one loss a fluke at this point? Yeah, that's fair. Sean J. Murphy, how's extending the contract of punishment if you don't fight twice a year? I feel like they just don't care and it's ruining the divisions. Agree. Also, if you're Islam and they're like, all right, we're just going to extend your contract. He's like, cool. I already make tons of money. I don't give a F. You know what I'm saying? Dab streams. Can we get a zesty life of MMA segment? Just showing all the zesty things in MMA. That'd be hilarious. Brandon just got on. Crap. You've been paying attention to the Zuffa Boxing. I figured it'd be bad, but every show is better than the next. Also, do you think Dana will ultimately be good for boxing? I do. I think boxing is a huge issue. Now, do I want to be the monopoly that, TKO is with UFC? No, but you don't want to bet against Dana White, especially when it comes to the fight business. Slap fight, all that bullshit, whatever. But when it comes to boxing, people are making fun of him. It's slowly starting to cook. You got to figure that was going to happen. Black Ross, Islam, the obvious comparison to GSP, but who's closer to GSP in striking? Who other than wrestling, which is huge, I admit. But other than taking someone down and holding them, I'd say it's Ian. GSP at least had it's just different. Like GSP never ran. You know what I'm saying? Like Ian will beat you by going backwards. GSP never did that. D. Scott, does Prime GSP beat Islam at 170? Yes. Prime GSP smokes Islam. It'd be a very tough fight for Islam. I'm still not sold on Islam's grade at 170. His first real welterweight test will be this Saturday. Let's see how he holds up. So if I don't know about smokes, I can't ever see Islam being smoked. Fair. I think you'd beat him, though. Jay Little, what up, B? Just binge watch your season Ultimate Fighter. First of all, you were a dog on there. Thank you, sir. I thought you had it in the bag. Me too. Also, how do you think a fight with McSweeney would have went? We trained together all the time, so I knew he had an issue with grappling, so I would have just taken him down. On the feet, he was a problem, though. Normac. My wife said, well, if Dana slapped his wife, Dustin should be okay. I was like, damn. Yeah, that's what most of us think. D's got live chat for the Islam fight? No. Chin bullshitting. Chin trying to take off on Friday, y'all. So I got to figure out Friday's live show. Am I caught up, Chin?
Yeah, that's the bottom right there.
All right, kids. Yeah, I'd be down to do the live on Saturday, but we can't do it. Chin's gone. I got to figure out Friday's live show. Also, Thursday might not be live. Thursday might be a regular episode, just a heads up. But still, tomorrow's the Super Chat. Thursday may be a regular show, so no live. And then Friday, I'll do the live and the fan questions for Sunday. All right? So, again, if you want your questions answered and you're not in the Super Chat, put them in the YouTube comments. Put fan question, Chin, Nick, see them. Send them to me. I answer all of them for Sunday's show. All right? All right? Jay Little, brother, you and him smacked the hell of each other before the fight's in there. We're such meatheads. Such a bad idea. All right, guys, that's it. Love you guys so much. Shout out to Kilian. My God, young man, you passed the goddamn test with flying colors. I couldn't be more excited for that gentleman. Couldn't be more excited. He does have a shirt with Full Violence. Go check that out. It's a really dope shirt. That's it, y'all. I will see you tomorrow. Same place. Same time, 11 a.m. Central Time. We're going to be on time tomorrow. There's going to be no freaking issues with this freaking digital world, entertainment world that we live in. So tomorrow, Super Chat, answering every single question like always. And that's it. Now we'll see you Thursday. We'll see you Friday. That's it, man. Stay zesty. It's Ian Garry Fight Week. Stay zesty. I'm Brendan Schaub. This is the Big Brown Breakdown Live. I'm out.